Hi folks, a little bit of a tinkering video for you today. I'm going to be doing a bit of a powder coating, a bit of sandblasting. I've got some stuff I'm going to show you which I've just bought, so stay tuned. Right, first of all, let's just show you what sort of stuff I've been buying. These are just generic dust masks for when I'm doing some rubbing down or whatever. And all they are these type. They just sort of, well, they're just like the medical ones, I suppose. And all you do, they've got a little bit of wire in the front of them. Just goes over there like that. Just fold it there. And just when you're rubbing down and stuff like that, just keeps the dust down. If there's not they're not going to protect you really from any fumes or whatever. But they're just handy sometimes when there's dust in the air or whatever. So I've got 2 boxes of them. They are, how many's in a box? I think there's 50 in a box, isn't there? Yeah, 50. So I've got 100 of them. I've also bought this thing. This is a respirator full face mask. It's not a 3M one. But I was after one where you've got charcoal cartridges. This one's got charcoal cartridges. I'll try and leave a link in the description below. I've got it on Amazon. And basically it's a full face one, so you're not getting any stuff in your eyes as well. So this just goes on, close your head like that, and then you pull the straps like that, and your face is now fully enclosed. You probably can't hear what I'm saying, but it seals right round your face, under your chin, so literally no fumes can actually get in, and you're breathing through these charcoal filters. This is ideal for paint spraying. And as I say, these are gas rated, also chemical rated. I'll try and leave a link to the description again for these cartridges, because these just basically unscrew. You keep the mask and you unscrew these, and again charcoal filled, and they just screw in there. And these have also got added, you pull the front off, if I can get it off, and you can replace them pre-filters, so to speak, if they get clogged up with dust. So it prolongs the life of the actual main filter as well. So so that's another thing which I've bought. Again, very important to have good breathing apparatus, and also keeping it clean as well, which means putting it back in the bag afterwards and sealing it back up. I'll probably end up getting a purpose-made bag for this, to be honest with you. So that goes in there for the moment. That will go back in the box. So that's that. And I've also bought, for that Minimoto engine, I did go out and buy the new head, barrel and piston kit. This I think was £11. That's a brand new piston going in there, brand new barrel obviously. You get the base gasket with it. You also get a bag with the rings and the small end and the gudgeon pin and the circlips as well, so that's 11 quid. So I will be rebuilding that other engine, as I said to you before. So that's just going to go in stock at the moment, because I've got a brand new engine to go in that, as you well know. And yeah, I've had my rock tumbler working. I left that on for 24 hours. And I wish I could have shown you sort of a preview of what the bolts were beforehand. And they've come up sort of as they would have been factory clean, basically. So yeah, I'm well pleased with the way they've all come up. These, as I said to you, was all totally rusty. And they're all sort of ready to be reused again. Just cleaned up in some WD-40 there to get the dust off of them. But they're ready to use. And normally I have to go through them one by one, as I was doing on the grinding wheel, getting all the crap off them and all that. So that's that. And I've also got a few more brackets left for the powder coating on the Minimoto. Things like the footrest and a couple of hanging brackets and stuff like that. These were all powder coated initially, and as you can see, I had to get them off with a chemical paint stripper. And once I got them to this stage, I then sandblast them. So that's one before I sandblast it, and that's one after I sandblast it. So as you can see, having the sandblaster, even the chemical stripper, it's hard work doing it with a chemical stripper, because you've got to sort of scrape it off with a wire brush and all that, where the sandblaster just puts it, finishes it off like that. So I'm well pleased that one's now ready. I've just got to clean this down with some acetone, and that's ready for powder coating, which we'll be doing in a minute. And as I say, I've got some other brackets there, which again I've just treated with a paint stripper. These again were powder coated. You can't really sandblast them, but I will now sandblast these. Now I've got the powder coating off the original powder coating, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to give these a quick powder coat But sandblast them first, clean them with acetone, and then we'll powder coat them. So let's get on and do that. Right, okay then, that's them all sandblasted, and I've just noticed that a couple of these brackets, I've got some rough edges on them, so I'll just take a file, just take the rough edges off, just finishes it off a little bit. Ain't got to do this, but just what I've noticed. They're only cheap brackets anyway, so everything else appears to be okay. Where do you get that drill from? You nicking my tools again, are you? Anyway, that's that. Right, let me get a pair of gloves, pass a pair of them blue gloves over. Under the orange gloves. On the shelf. You should know where everything is.
I'm not in here often.
I think your last two videos have been done in here, haven't they? Yeah?
Scrap it, man. Don't forget to subscribe.
They all come from me anyway, your subscribers.
I'm sending them to you now.
Who? Who have you sent to me?
Top secret.
I don't know top secret. He's out there in the polytunnel mucking about. Don't know what he's doing. With his new TZR125 project, I think he's making room for that. Anyway, so I've got some acetone here. I like to wipe down my powder coated parts with acetone. You can use wax and grease remover, I suppose, it doesn't matter. This is just what I've always used. And it gets everything off. So just wipe down your brackets with acetone prior to powder coating. Now if these were made out of aluminium, I would put these in the oven first, heat them up, get the impurities off, and then wipe them down again. But as these are steel, I've never had a problem with just doing them from cold in the oven. So I'm just wiping these down, literally just to get off the residue from the sandblasting, or if you haven't got a sandblaster, media blaster, off of the chemical paint stripper and wire brush. And then they're prepared. Some people said to me, do you need to prime your metal? No, this goes straight onto metal. It bonds instantly once it reaches temperature. So no need to do that. Although you can buy a powder coating primer. I've never tried it yet, so it's something I may do in the future. But I've got a polyester type heat proof filler if I have to fill in any holes or blemishes. But all in all, no, I don't use a primer. I never have done. I use the Electrostatic Magic home setup, as you probably well know. Right, that's clean now. Let's take these over, hang them up, then we'll powder coat these gold. Right, I'm just hanging these on these little cheap hooks that I bought. If your part hasn't got a hole in it, what you can do is drill a hole in the part where it doesn't get seen, for example. I'm lucky that these have got holes in, so they're what I'll be using. Notice I've got gloves on, so I'm not putting oils onto the parts. Switch the fan on. And here we go. Right, this is my little netter oven. I'm not using my big powder coating oven for this job, and I've had it on for about 10 minutes. These heat up really quickly, so let's just measure the internal temperature. It's up to 189 degrees centigrade inside there. I just took my laser thermometer, and as you can see, that's the temperature inside. And all I'll do is hang these bits up inside on the rail in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the final one, 5. As you can see, these little ovens are ideal for little bits like this. So let's leave them on for about 10 minutes to 15 minutes at this 180 degrees centigrade, and let them prove. Okay folks, that's it. Happy days. Turn that little cooker off, and these now are ready. As I say, these little ovens are absolutely ideal for doing little parts like this, little restoration parts. So let's go and take these off now, and I'll go and hang these up individually so they can dry off. Not dry off, cool down. See you in a second. Turn that off, turn that off. Shut that door. Here's the system I use, as I've mentioned before. It's the Easy Coat powder coating system. You don't need any high voltage electronic boxes for this. It literally just works off of a standard air compressor. Now, air compressors come in many different sizes, but to operate this spray gun, because it's so low output, 5 to 8 psi you're using, you can use a little 25 litre compressor, which would be ideal for powder coating. So if you've got a little compressor, you get the Easy Coat system like that, as I've just got, and you get yourself a little oven like the little Netto oven. I think that's one of the biggest ones you can get in that style of oven. I think it's either 46 or 60 litre, I can't remember exactly, but you don't want to go for a 21 litre or something like that. You won't get nothing in it. So have a look and just say the Netto, the N-E-T-T-A, that's the make I've got. Let me just show you it again. Let me just show you it again so you can get a good idea as to what it is. It's Netto, and that's the controls. It's actually got 2 hobs on the top, which I don't use. So this doesn't get hot at all, obviously, because it's all enclosed in there. That's your heating element in there, and I can't see a model number on it. It might be on the back anyway, but if I can find a link to this on Amazon where I got it from, I'll leave that in the description below this video. So I've got a big 150 litre compressor, but I do spraying and other air tools and stuff like that, and run a sandblaster. But literally a little 25 or 50 litre compressor is ideal for powder coating. And I've just created a little spray corner here where you put the powder on, and let's come through here. And the beauty is that once these parts are dry, they're as hard as nails. You ain't got to wait 2 or 3 or 4 days or even a week for them to prove. So let me get them down. There we go. Nice glossy bracket protected. Foot hangers, which are now lovely and powder coated. You remember the state these was in when I first showed you them earlier on. They can go back onto the Mini Moto, last one. And the last one, there we go. Happy days. I've powder coated the wheels there. You'll see that restoration go back together in the Mini Moto restoration. These are the last few bits I needed to powder coat, so they've now been done. I'm sure you'll agree they look lovely. I've done the old handlebars again. You'll see these in the video itself. So yeah, happy days. I was going to actually powder coat the lower fork sanctions. I'm not going to bother. These are brand new ones, as you know. These are the yokes that come with the new forks, and I basically cleaned up the old ones because look, the size difference. You see the size difference. So rather than go with the new forks and the new yokes that come with it, I've used the new forks and kept the old yokes because they're a whole lot more substantial, as you can see there. So yeah, again, I've been waiting for parts coming, as you know. That's why I'm just doing this little tinkering about video before showing you the third and final video on the Mini Moto. And I just bought some things like consumables, which you do need. I'll go through what sort of wire wheels quite a lot, so I've got a little set of extra wire wheels there because these are always wearing down. And the great thing is when you use that paint stripper, someone did ask what paint stripper I used in the last video I done. Someone said that it looks like it does work really well. Well, this is the stuff I use. And forget about Nitro Moors. Nitro Moors is absolutely useless. Power Strip is the one I use. That's the sticker off the front of the container. You can buy it in a litre for about, I don't know, £8 or £10, I think. I buy mine in a 5 litre container, which is about £25. I just find it more cost effective to use it like that. So that's the one I use, Power Strip. And it does a great job. Anyway, there you go. Don't forget, check out the third and final video. When I eventually, now I've finished these little parts, I should be able to get that mini motor up and running and all back together now. So that'll be the next video you probably see on this channel. And don't forget, check out Butler's Empire, because I do show bits on Butler's Empire as well of little things I'm doing like this. But powder coating, fantastic. As you can see, I've powder coated the wheels there. They look absolutely fantastic. And again, you can only do this sort of stuff if you enjoy restoration stuff as I do. It's not that difficult to get involved with powder coating. It's a lot cheaper than what you think. The Electrostatic Magic kit, I'll leave in the link in the description below. I'll leave a link in the description to the Netta little mini oven that I've got, although I did build my own one, which is the full size one, which I've done the mini moto framing and other bits and pieces. So yeah, just check it out. If you're interested in doing this tinkering about and working at home and restoring stuff, just have a look into it, give it a go. Make that your thing in the new year. Anyway, there you go. Thanks very much. Hit the subscribe button if you do like my videos. Check out my previous videos, what I've got in my playlist. I've got hundreds of videos of me tinkering about and repairing stuff and all various different types of things. Also, ring that little notification bell, set your preferences to all. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. YouTube will send you a message via your PC or your Android or your Apple device. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.